Hola y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Check out this gorgeous paper I just got. I'm in love. It's from a company called Reminisce. It's the Out of This World collection, and the paper is simply called Moon. And today I'm going to create a layout featuring a night out doing some stargazing, well, moon gazing with my husband, specifically to try out a new phone adapter we got for our telescope. And I'm joining a group of creators as part of a YouTube hop, and we're all scrapping something based on the prompt Out All Night. So, folks, this is what I do when I stay out all night. I'm either stargazing or I'm up late watching a rocket launch. Yeah, really exciting. But that's what I love. So if you're new here, my name is Sophie, and Chitownchica's scrapping space is where I scrapbook and journal as a way of memory keeping and to record my work covering the space industry. So I've already decided I'm definitely using that moon paper for this layout. Not only is it gorgeous, but it's a mirror image of the moon, which is exactly how I'm able to capture photos of the moon through our telescope. So I wasn't sure if I wanted more paper or cut aparts to use in this layout. So I pulled out a couple of my favorite paper pads, and this one, I really love those clouds. And I say that jokingly because we can have a week of clear skies, but the minute we go to pull out our telescope, the clouds move in and it's a race to try and view what we set out to see. I was also looking at the gray starry paper in that second paper pad from Joann's. I was just thinking that I might want to break up the solid black that was in that moon paper. But ultimately, I decided to go with the clouds, and the stars are going to be my backup. So this layout, because it aims to show the difference in the photo quality that I was able to achieve with that new phone adapter mount, I went looking in my sticker stash for a giant arrow right off the bat. And I found this old sticker sheet that I had that had several gold arrows. So I'm going to go with one of those. I just don't know which one yet. I also pulled out some alpha stickers in white and some photography and space theme stickers, of course. I like the idea of adding a telescope to my layout, so I found 3 different ones. I think there was a purple one, a blue one, and then that black and orange one. And so right off the bat, I decided to commit to those clouds, and I fussy cut them out, did a little editing magic so you didn't have to watch me do that fussy cutting job. But I really like the way it turns out, and I go ahead and add it to the bottom. And I grabbed this sheet of border strips, and I'm thinking that I'm going to add one to the bottom. Now, right away, I noticed that there is a border strip there with those clouds that I just fussy cut. But I like the way mine turned out better. It's a little larger, it's a little bolder, so I stick with that. And I try out a couple of these border strips. You see me here looking at these moon phases. Um, I kind of like it. I'm trying to get a good look at it. I know that I want this photo of Michael and I to go on the very bottom. But in the end, I decide just to go with the clouds and to put that photo there. I don't use that smaller photo of Michael attaching the phone adapter. I'm just going to use these 3 photos. So on the left there is the crisp, great quality photo that we were able to take with the adapter on. And on the right side was just some previous photos that I'd taken of the moon that were kind of out of focus. It was always like holding the camera up to the telescope eyepiece and trying to capture some photo and video of what I was seeing. And this adapter really changed things for us because, as much as I love to just go out and stargaze and just do a little astronomy and, have a list of things that I want to see, I love sharing what I'm seeing with people. And so this was a way to try and capture video and photos so that we could share what we see. We even ended up doing live streams of our gazing, throughout the months that followed. So I went ahead, I committed to the clouds, and I attached them to the bottom of this layout. And I am right now adding tape, double-sided sticky tape to the photos. And I'm going to mount them on white paper just so they pop a little more on my layout because my photos are dark and the layout is dark. I figured they needed something to separate them. but I'm just going to keep it simple. I mean, overall, the entire layout was really, really simple. In the end, I decided less is more. So it ends up being super minimalistic compared to most of the recent layouts I've done. You're going to see me do a lot of adding and removing of stickers and little cut aparts that I find. I edit a ton of that out, but you'll still see me like indecisive about which way I want to go. Yeah, so I'm just getting the photos added here, the last two. And I'm pretty much that layout that you saw in the beginning, or that setup, is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have the photo of Michael I on the bottom right, and then I'm going to have the two photos overlaying each other. It was really hard for me to decide on the layout because I didn't want to cover up too much of the moon, but I kind of wanted to show, pretty much like this is exactly what I was seeing. Like this paper was just perfect for this astronomy session. So here I am trying out all those different gold arrows. You can see, I think I had like 4 arrows to choose from. I really like the swoopy ones. Yeah, it's just a matter of deciding which one. And I don't have any qualms about putting stickers and stuff on top of the photos. But in the end here, let me pull out this layout. I kept it on my desk so I can refer to it. I end up putting it on, I end up putting the arrows on the paper itself. Just because that's how it worked out. They were like the perfect size for it. So I'm wondering if I have any stargazing scrapbooker friends out there watching. I mean, stargazing, it's one of my favorite things to do. And it's kind of something that my husband and I have been talking about a lot. I feel like since we've moved to Chicago, we haven't had too many opportunities to go stargazing. We used to do it pretty regularly. We used to make time for it and then just, pull out the telescope and hey, let's go hit a few targets. Let's go look for a few things, or, we just had a clear night. So there we were outside for a couple of hours. We don't do that here in the city. I mean, Houston, when we lived in Houston, the viewing wasn't the best because you had all the city lights too, and you had so much smog and haze. You couldn't see a bunch. Plus, I feel like it was always cloudy in Houston. Here in Chicago, there's a lot of light as well, but we just don't get out as much. So I actually, told my husband, like, we need to make a point of scheduling some viewing time. It's the weather plays a lot into it, but we need to make a point of getting outside and doing this again because I really do miss it. Yeah, I have so many things. I used to have this, huge list of targets that I would like to try and see. And I kind of put that list by the wayside. So I'm definitely planning on, doing a lot more of that as the year goes on, and picking my astronomy and stargazing journals back up. Would any of you have any interest in seeing those, or seeing me kind of journal the different targets I've spotted or some of the stargazing stories I have? I usually keep a journal of what I see every night that I am out. So here I am. I've decided on that black and orange telescope sticker. And then I pull out a camera and I end up having to back it because it's a clear sticker. So it doesn't really show up much. So I've backed it with just some white cardstock and attached it. And then I found this sticker that was also on that same sticker sheet that says try to focus, which was perfect. And I'm going to actually stick that on the old image that I captured of the moon. You know, it's a perfect thing there. And then these stickers that I'm playing with right here say always have the camera ready. And I'm kind of moving them back and forth, trying to decide if I want them to go on the layout. In the end, I pull them off because they just don't, I don't know, it just doesn't flow. And I'm also kind of worried that I'm going to have too many words going on because I have the try to focus. I still have to add a title. And I don't know, I didn't like where they were. But I leave them for now, and I'm going to go in with a title. So the title I'm going to add here is A Whole New Moon, because essentially I was able to capture a whole new moon in with this new adapter on the telescope. I pulled out, I probably have like 5 or 6 different shades of white alpha stickers. I had no clue I had so many until I had to go pick one for this layout. So I pulled out 3 to play with, and I loved the look of these on here. And now you see me pulling the stars. There's like gold matte stars and black stars on this sticker sheet and a few hearts. I have had this sticker sheet. It's one of the first things that I bought when I started scrapbooking a couple years ago. So I've had it in my collection for a while, and I'm really happy to be using some of it up. I was actually looking at that gold title that says "Love It," and I was thinking of putting it there right under those moons, and that's why I was like, the camera, always have the camera ready phrase. It's like, it's going to be too much with all of these titles here. So yeah, I pulled the those phrases off, and I pulled off the love that. And yeah, I'm just about done here. Absolutely love the way this turned out, and I'm excited to have this adapter. And I'm going to do some quick journaling with this new pen I got. It's a little galaxy globe. It's purple, it's starry. The little globe on top is glittery. It's absolutely perfect. So I said, Michael and I bought a new phone mount for the telescope and tested it out on the first clear night in Houston. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys with a look at my final layout. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about what a night out stargazing looks like for me. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the description for everyone else that participated in this hop and links to my work on Cosmic Chicago. Thanks for watching, everyone. Adios.